Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today, we are discussing an M-Series Panerai Luminor Submersible Titanium PAM00025. You can see and you can purchase this 44mm chronometer certified titanium Panerai diver on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right-hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch, with additional accessories included in the sale, high-resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this and our entire collection of pre-owned Panerai timepieces. On the wrist, this is an icon. It's a Luminor, yes, but it's also the long-running PAM00025, the first of the modern ISO 6425 compliant Panerai divers. That is, it's a real dive watch. It actually meets the ISO statutes in that respect. It had a long run from 1998 to about 2013, meaning it spanned 3 entire decades with some important refinements and upgrades along the way, and this watch has all of them. It has the classic shape and the size. Iconic in silhouette, it's more wearable than you might imagine. This was by far the most outlandish Panerai you could buy in 1998. The 44mm Luminor was already considered huge back then. Adding a dive bezel and bigger, bolder features for the ISO's sake created a gonzo timepiece. So Panerai accommodated, making the flagship diver, the PAM00025, in titanium, so it's lighter on the wrist. There was a little bit of a more entry-level PAM24, but this has always been the connoisseur's choice of the two. The PAM24 in steel, this one wonderfully light in titanium. Same footprint for both watches though, as this one's 44mm. It's the Betterini case, the shape we came to know and love, having first been seen in civilian models in 1993. 44mm, consider it a cushion, consider it 44mm square, because the lugs, though they span 52.8mm across the wrist, are short, stubby, and designed to drape the strap around your wrist, not to be a styling feature in their own right. The watch wears square. Think of it as 44 by 44. And I would even say that on a wrist as small as 14 centimeters in circumference, you're going to wear this watch comfortably. So 44 across the round of the case, 9 to 3, not including the crown guard, 52.8 lug-to-lug, and it's a chunky 15.8mm thick, so it's not really going to slide underneath any cuffs, although some sport jackets and blazers should be able to clear it. Feather light, this one is equipped with an uncommon Panerai diving strap. Now, Panerai has leather straps, bracelets. Panerai has alligator and calfskin straps in many styles, but there's only one strap that is truly designed to make this watch a backup life-saving instrument in a dive. And it's the textile unit you see here, stylized with a little bit of Panerai's signature blue. There's no default design from the Italians, and Panerai does still have a strong Italian element at the corporate level. It is equipped with a loop on one end, Velcro on the other, and enough additional slack that, yes, you can wear it over a dive suit, but you could probably wear this watch over a spacesuit with the degrees of adjustment enabled by this strap. You'll also be able to relieve it from its 24mm lug spacing more easily and with less hazard to the finish, because, as I mentioned, the watch received many running changes through the ages, and let's get real close now because we don't have to put the watch on the wrist. The quick change lug system was one of the most worthwhile additions. After 2007, you have a pusher system on the bottom on both sides that allows you to release the bar that retains the strap, and using the tools included, you can quickly swap out straps without risking your talent with a screwdriver or a jeweler's tool against the titanium satin finish. So there were other changes too. The most notable on the front side of the watch being the dial, which after the early 2000s transitioned over to Luminova. The submersibles were among the last of the Panerai references to lose the old tritium dials. Here you can see Luminova. And a detail change that does make a difference from a functional standpoint, especially a tactile standpoint, was the addition of that small round bearing. It's a drum-shaped runner. That's what Panerai calls it, the runner in the cam that locks down the crown. Now, the crown guard, if you're seeing this for the first time, is an iconic design that Panerai patented in the 1950s. It was an alternative to the earlier Rolex screw-down crown design, which would both frustrate use with wet, sweaty, or gloved hands, but also force you to thread the crown in and out through its water-resistant seals, degrading the seals. That was a big deal back when all Panerai watches were manual wind. Well, now this one's automatic, but you still get the same underlying benefits. You get a full all-aspect protection that you don't get from shouldered crown guards, so your crown is safe. You also get an obvious red flag if you've forgotten to lock your crown before you jump in the water. That's hard to miss. A partially screwed-in crown is much easier to overlook. And finally, all of the advantages of using the crown, actually being able to wind and set the watch when your hands are wet, sweaty, or gloved. So the device protecting the crown, functionally superb and an iconic design. You can see the Panerai Luminor is one of those watches you can recognize from a couple of feet away and out of focus, precisely because of the short stubby lugs, the cushion case, and that crescent-shaped crown guard. Good design and good engineering, one and the same. Now the bezel is one of my favorite features of this watch. It has a tight and even coining on its outer circumference, but if you want to grip it by these riders that are mounted on the bezel, they also serve to give you easy purchase. Panerai dive bezels, in my opinion, are the best in the business. A combination of ease of use with your wet, sweaty, or gloved hand, a wonderfully loud and sharp ratcheting action. It's distinct, it has enough resistance that you don't worry about accidental movement, but it also has sufficiently little that you can move it without frustrating yourself and slipping. The tactile sensation as well as the ease of use makes this my favorite family of dive bezels in the industry. Omega, Rolex, Breitling, you guys are on notice. Now you line up the luminescent pearl with the minute hand, and now you've got an impromptu 60-minute countdown timer. Easy to do. I should say count up because it is calibrated from 0 to 60 as you go clockwise. You just line up that minute hand, and I find this is perfect for timing anything that might be cooking, kids' time out, intervals between meetings, time left to give a presentation. You can just reference the minute hand in relation to the bezel, and it's far more revealing and intuitive than a conventional chronograph. Since most chronographs only give you a 30-minute register anyway, I find this is the best chronograph ever invented, a dive bezel. Plus you don't have the downstream maintenance costs when the time comes to service. Now the dial has always been distinctive of the PAM025. It's an inverse hobnail. You can see the appliques are for most stations of the hours, save the sausage style printed 12 and 6 to use Panerai parlance. They are sausage numerals. And of course you can see that the hands are partially skeletonized, sub-seconds at 9 o'clock like the Marina series. Now you open up your crown, unlock it, you pull the crown to extremity. You'll note that the Panerai caliber OP3 does feature hacking or stop seconds. It also has a quick set function for the monotone date disc, and one of the features I love about Panerai is that the magnifier, the Cyclops Eye, unlike Rolex, is contained within the sapphire so it doesn't mar the lines of the crystal, nor does it gather dirt or dust and debris. You'll also note that the dial features high contrast by day, even more in the dark. There will be a wonderful lume shot at the end of this video. All of satin finish. This one's designed to reduce glare. The dial base itself is of a matte finish, so in addition to the hobnail, it has a glare-resistant base. The watch features an elegance about it because the gray metal, so effectively finished with satin. Turn it over and you can see that the case back is solid, helping to endow the watch with 300-meter water resistance. Now inside is that Panerai caliber OP3. It's a Value 7750 P1, or the chronograph that you've come to know and perhaps love, somewhat decontented to create a reliable and robust chronometer-certified automatic with a 42-hour power reserve. It has the quick set date, the hacking seconds, benefits from 300-meter water resistance, and it beats away at a modern beat rate of 4 Hz or 28,800 vibrations per hour. It is tank tough and absolutely appropriate for this application. It's the kind of high-performance beater tractor engine you would want in a submersible style watch. Remember, it's chronometer grade, which means it has the highest standard of train wheels, power source, regulator, balance, and hairspring. Unerringly accurate. That means accuracy each day to about -4 +6, no worse. So this is beauty and brawn all in one. One might even say it has a bit of brains thanks to its functional refinement. You can see and you can purchase this ergonomically superior design icon, a full ISO 6425 compliant diving Panerai Luminor, on our website. And we're back. This is why you buy a later PAM00025, because the early ones with their tritium dial are charming, but they don't function like a modern Luminova dial and bezel. You can see how easy it is to line up that luminescent pearl of the bezel with the minute hand, oversized and prominent. This one glows like a torch at night and will continue to do so right up until the dawn. From dusk till dawn, you can enjoy your diver. See it by the light of day on our website.